niggas, I make it lace. If I told them the greatest, you know this shit like the greatest hits. Never been made to miss. Feel like I'm paid to piss. Give a fuck what I made on listens. Listen, I'm on a different district. I'm on a different mission. Ain't no rushing on my process. Just what I process. Nigga, I'm Loch Ness. Shit what I digest. Feel like I'm Wyclef. My jeans and my kids knowing. Shit that my team doing. My nigga, my cream flowing. I know that money talking, my money talk dreams know it. Shit that we manifested, no quest that we ever question. Shout out to first place, ain't no room that we
we live. If you ain't know, now you know.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
I just go for the goals. I got a couple.
And this season 2, by the way.
Okay.
This season 2, so y'all the first episode of season 2.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm excited about that.
Let's get it.
What's the name of the track?
This right here, we going with Essence right now.
You said what?
Turn me up a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
Alright, that's perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, this one right here called Essence. Essence. Yeah, it's produced by Ant, the producer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out, Ant.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out Ant.
Shout out to him.
That's
Shout out to
hell, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, he gifted me that one. Like, on some crazy shit. I love that, man, for that.
What's good? It's your boy Westside, and you are now tuned in to Artist to Artist here at the AV Club. And I have 2 special guests today. Starting off season 2, I got my boy Soul, head of the Soul Network.
What's good?
Give it up for my dog. Let's get it.
What's good, y'all? Y'all good?
And I got his second in command, my boy Ghost.
What up, though?
Let's get it.
Give it up for my dog Ghost, the real Ghost.
So tell me about that song just now that you just played. Who's the producer again?
And the producer, he's from That Field Records. That's like head honcho. You know what I'm saying? So like me and him, we constantly communicate over like the course of the last couple months. We've been wanting to like work on a project, but it's just our schedules always conflicting. Yeah. So like I ended up moving out of state. He sent me that record. He sent that record as a gift, like just like because we usually cook up together. Yeah. Like, and just in the same type of room and making sure we got the same vibe and feeling. So it was just a different vibe when he sent that. It was like, yeah, we still in formation. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what type of distance it is. So it's like with the type of records that I usually be making when I go to his in-house over there. Yeah. And it's like ciphers, you know what I'm saying? Like barring up and it's like 4 or 5 people and it's like a crew cut, you know, and it's real deep and sentimental too. Cause like the beats, it feel like it's crying to you sometimes, and you come and pouring your heart out on them. So it's like, and he got his artists like, so you know I'm going up that motherfucker, I'm trying to do World War III, you know. So yeah, so
like they ain't seen a Django.
Exactly.
Whole house shot up.
Dog, that's how I be feeling when we come out there. Like ask Wally, like you know, like he took me over there for the first time working on this album for Breathe, Volume 3. He working on that right now. Shout out to Wally, and it was a crazy move because me and him was barring up on the record. We always got this sparring match, and then Be Love walked in. Like they always had people just walking in. You know what I'm saying? So
like
okay,
and dipping. I'm telling you, drop a verse and I'm gonna see y'all doing whatever.
16 and I'm out.
Dog, Griff be going for a walk, shit like that. Griff be going for a walk for hours sometimes, coming back and just taking a shower and then coming back on the board,
drop them on the table and just walk out.
Shit like that.
Yo, they get busy. They work there like a machine. So it's like, with them sending me that record, and I say them because like you know it's like a movement with the net. You know I don't just move by myself. So like it's a decision that he make for the rest of the team too. Just sending me a record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got it. I was like, man, I'm not playing with this. I'm not playing with them boys at all. So it's like I definitely wanted to talk about all the things I was going like in life. It's not necessarily I was going through like a depression mode or anything like that. It was just like my back against the wall, and it's just like so much anxiety from so much going on, and it's like, when you're back against the wall, shoot.
Type shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like
I really want to personally just, and I do this all the time with you behind closed doors, but we on the air with the shit. I have to give you your flowers, bro, because when I tell you, nah, for real, when I tell you, you really do inspire motherfuckers, myself personally. You know what I'm saying? He sent me a verse a couple nights ago, and when I heard this shit, I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah,
that's
the
level you want to take it? All right, cool. I'm going to meet
different.
you right
He going to challenge you every single time.
Every fucking time, bro. And this is coming from a motherfucker that's like, you know what I'm saying, iffy about whether or not I really want to do this shit. Yeah. And then this motherfucker come back and it's like, yeah, I can't play. I can't play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So hats off to you, my nigga. Personally, respect for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We always going to take it there every motherfucking time. So I, you know what I'm saying, take that few minutes to you know what I'm saying, just giving you your flowers, my nigga, personally. For real.
Thank you, man.
Respect.
Always and
Shout
forever.
out to that.
Always and forever. I love to try to, cater to the game with any record, especially with the last one we just heard. Like, the code name for that one is just Essence,
Essence, okay.
Like, we just sitting in on that, on the vault. Like, I do want to release it, I want to release that as soon as, like before November hit when I come back, because that's when me and him about to get back and work. Like I said, we went off that name, and I was like, I could give just the vibe, this and that, but it's the way I open up certain records. I play I know what the last record I'm gonna play now, because it's just like I do this certain thing when it comes down to like just abstract thoughts and letting the universe just talk to me and like jot everything down that I'm actually feeling. Like I talked about the line about missing my sister's birthday. She about to have a baby right now.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I know I need to be around, most of the time. It's just I know I be missing that text. And shout out to Dre Day. I miss his birthday as well too.
Shout out to that boy.
Shout out Trey.
Mr. Drone.
Yeah, the drone
Shout out to
operator.
That boy.
Yeah.
That boy was definitely on hand. I appreciate him on that video on me. Like all the drone views that you see on that that's brought to you by Dre.
Yeah.
Shout out to that boy. I want to start off with you, Ghost. So I met you on a performance that we did for Don't Know How Much.
Yeah.
Right,
We got so much records.
Shout out UTT, just, send them out there, what I'm saying? Because definitely was
Shout
working with them then. Shout out UTT.
Definitely.
So tell me, like, how you got into music? Like, when music started for you?
I started writing, started rapping when I was 12.
Okay.
See You in My Nightmares by Kanye and Lil Wayne was the song was the song that like, oh shit, I could actually do this. I would listen to music on my way home, middle school shit, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have the electronics at the time, the iPod, the Zune, all that extra shit that they had back then.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying, I'll be listening to music in my head and I'm walking home and shit. And I heard the beat playing in my head and it just went. And I was, getting off the bus going home, and it just, from the time I got off the bus to the time I got home, I was just spitting. And I was like, damn, like, I'm doing this shit by myself, but this shit actually sound hard. Like, I could actually do this shit.
Yeah.
And it kind of just took off from there. You know what I'm saying? So, thousands of songs written, I done lost all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying, from the time that I started to the time that I'm at now, just growing that strength and, you know what I'm saying, putting my 10,000 hours in for real. Trying to actively do this shit. I've gotten to a place now where I'm like, I feel like I've plateaued a little bit.
Yeah.
In the sense where like, I have this conversation with him all the time.
Yeah.
Do I really want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Is it actively something that I really can do? You know what I'm saying? Can I take it to the extreme that I really want to take this shit? You know what I'm saying? So that's a constant battle that I deal with myself every day. But the love for music is always going to still be there.
I want to say, I feel like for every talented artist, the first milestone is when you lose music. I don't know if it's a thing for everybody, but I done lost music. I switched the studio and I went back to my old studio trying to get like my music to bring it to the new studio.
Word.
Man told me that they stole his hard drive on the beach. I was like, on the beach? Why you got your hard drive on the beach with my music on it?
Shit. Like, what the fuck is you doing?
What is you doing lounging with my music? I mean, it is what it is, but that was my. I'm like, then why you on the beach with my music, dog? But it's like, I took it. You could. It's left or right, and that's all life is. It's pretty much
shit.
you can go left or you can go right,
Shit.
and your life turned out exactly what you decided to be. In that
Okay,
situation,
that's fair.
I just took it as like, you know what. That was old stuff anyways. Like, you know what I mean? I could do better than that. And every song I feel like I get better anyways.
Right.
What am I sweating over old music for?
That's true. Some of the things that I've written in the past, though, is like at a young age when I was real full spirited into it, is the kind of shit that I would wish that I could bring back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's old verses that I'll probably never hear again. You know what I'm saying? That I really wish I could bring to full light. Like, verses of the year type shit that I've lost. So am I getting better? Absolutely, because where I've come from, you know what I'm saying, is a whole lot different than where I am now, and I'm able to talk about those things when I find the words to talk about them. But it's hard to find those words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Type shit like that.
They come back full circle in different ways. if you ever had a moment where you rapping and you like you do a song, you like, wait, have I said this line before?
Type shit.
Like this sounds familiar. So
Yeah.
it may be something similar to what you said before. It just formed different because the beat different.
Right.
You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So you might have switched up a couple words and you don't realize it because it ain't like you rappers got all their lines on the board and you just like, nope, can't use that. I said that line on this song.
I actually heard Wayne say that it was hard for him to rap at a point because he done said so
many
much
bars.
shit.
Yeah, at
that
some
it's
point
like,
it's like, yo, I think I said that line. I gotta
type
switch
shit.
that out.
Yeah.
So I can imagine for him, a person that goes in every single day
Type shit.
recording music, I know he runs out of stuff. He has
Type
to.
shit.
Like
Yeah.
so many. It's only so many metaphors and everything that you gonna come up with, and in the mood and at the time. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
But shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Wayne.
Definitely shout out to
Goat in the
Wayne.
game for sure.
Definitely.
So who's the goat for y'all? Who's y'all goats when it comes to the music? Like,
When it comes to goats, for me, it's very hard to speak on that conversation because so many people have done so many great things in music. I mean, you can talk from people like Marvin Gaye to people like, I don't know if y'all have heard Charlotte Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. Oh yeah. Nah, but not on the singing tip. Like, just rapping.
Okay, so let me retract that statement then.
Because that, if you do that realm, then
That broadens.
this
Right,
it's
right.
gonna be too. You gonna have to do a Mount Rushmore because you're gonna have to take consideration the best singer,
Type
the
shit.
best
Yeah.
creative
Yeah,
person when it comes to
Stevie
production.
Wonder
You
and
know what I
all.
mean? So,
Like,
but
Def-
like just rapping wise, who you
Definite
think?
Nasir. Shout out Nas. I
Okay.
can't wait to like actually have a moment with that with him for real.
Oh, Nas, yeah,
That's
yeah.
definitely one of my dreams. But Nasir, damn.
So that's your goat.
that's
Yeah,
that's one of
because
my
he said
goat.
one. Yeah, he
Yeah,
said there's
it's
one.
one
Hold
goat.
up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Hold up.
It ain't a couple goats.
That's one.
Yeah,
Hold up.
it's one goat.
That's one of them. That's definitely one of them.
All right. It's a few of them.
Be careful.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's a few of them.
Be careful.
It's a few of them. I don't know if I want to go to north, south, west. You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
So
It's
like,
your goat. So your goat might be from a specific time when you was
right.
really listening to music, and it just so happened to be a certain region that you was listening to the most. Because I know me,
Yeah.
with time, my music traveled. I was
That's
listening to a lot of West Coast stuff at one point.
Okay, so my personal
Down
basically,
south, New York. Yeah, who's your goat?
Okay, your person.
I'm not looking at like no analytics of what anybody is
Nah,
hitting on.
this
the-
is your
okay.
goat. Your goat could be someone that nobody ever put in their top 5. You get what I'm
Type
saying?
shit.
But he's your goat because of XYZ reasons.
Yeah, that's a hard question. That
Yeah,
always
'cause
is.
like,
for,
It's
you know what I'm
difficult because
Because and I don't want to give two, but the only reason why I would love to give it to Wayne.
to win. Hey, there's no
And
wrong
then, but
answers.
there's Jay Z. He's on different magnitudes
I
and
was
levels.
definitely
There's different
thinking Jay.
avenues he
Yeah.
done hit. Like,
But
but I didn't grow up. My mom put me on Jay.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to 99 Problems walking to fucking like middle school.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's only because I was on her MP3. So
Mm-hmm.
That's
I but by the time I started getting into the rap music stuff, like Kanye was one of the first stuff I got to listen to. Like, and that was only like 3rd grade because like some little white girl was listening to it, and
Yeah.
I was like, hold up. Like I see hip hop doing some crazy shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm starting to like music, like it was playing on the radio. So, but Wayne, like I remember going to different people's houses. You know, we all singing like "Watch My Shoes," like
Yeah.
"Ransom." The stuff he done did, like everything I do down on my label is because I seen the extension that he's able to do. Like
Wayne definitely is a pioneer and a staple
Them
in
mixtapes.
music.
the mixtapes.
Absolutely.
It was dangerous. Like Sports
Definitely.
Center, like songs that he
Right.
made, like on there, like Monster. Like I was in the library downloading music.
Crazy.
yeah.
I had Carter 3 from the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go like shout out to Dat Piff, shout out to
Whoa,
live mixtape,
yeah.
shout out to all them mixtape websites where I found plenty of artists.
You mind if I make an announcement as well too?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, listen.
Wait.
Definitely. Nah, I know a lot of people been waiting. Me and Wally been working on this shit for a little minute.
Shout out Wally.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to bring back like discography.
Okay.
I got original mixtapes that I had when I was in high school that I was selling. I don't have physical copies. Y'all can sell that like whenever
Yeah.
in a couple years. But I got my original trilogy that I was working on when I was in high school
Oh.
from that Piff.
Oh, you done got it back.
Before
Whoa.
that Piff shut down. Yeah, before. Way before. I was on there. So I'm actually gonna feed y'all. I got y'all. So around Thanksgiving time period, this is the announcement. And yeah, it's true. Some people be hearing like Basic Nigga Mentality gonna be coming back out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm also gonna be working on the sequel on that, but I'm not gonna dive too much into that universe yet because we're still working on stuff with the net. So it's like, out of all seriousness, I'm gonna bring back Hype Beast Volume 1.
Okay.
Number 2 gonna be coming right after that. Me and Wally gonna be writing, co-writing on a lot of that.
Yeah.
He already picked out a lot of the beats for that.
New music on the way.
Yeah, tons of new moves. But yeah, it's just because that's over like more than 10 years. Many people, me and Wally about to drop a verse with my dog Ty. You know what I'm saying? Here to 3. Like we used to have a group back in high school and stuff like that. So I know it's real important that people kind of want that, and every year people kind of wait on that. Like shout out to you if you've been waiting. I got a lot of people in my ear. They be remembering songs sometimes. I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know the songs that I got in this day and age. So it's like, when they be knowing stuff from like I did in high school, it's beautiful. It's just like you said, bro. It's like it's a Renaissance era with our spirit. So it's like we were really saying a lot of things, just throwing shit at the wall, but some of it was working. Some people seen it. Like even down to people like Jason Taylor. Shout out to Jason Taylor as well too. But he said something on the stage one time that that really stuck with me ever since I was a kid, like graduating, like. And like I was a fuck up, excuse my language. So it was like I was really reading into that. And he said, y'all are saying some things that I don't think I have like the courage to actually get on stage to do what you guys do.
That's crazy.
That was beautiful. And I said, and you know what age we are at?
Right.
What we were doing. So that's why I always look back at that age and say, you know what? We were doing some powerful things. I talk to Sosa sometimes, and she got some stuff from high school too. Like here and there. And it's like people be like, yo, we was saying some crazy stuff, but we were just youth and nobody took us serious or whatever the case may be. So that's why I always look at the kids. Like Trick love the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like I just love looking at the next generation, because that, like, I'm not battling you. You're not my competition.
Right.
It's y'all watching, you know what I'm saying? That's studying this shit, you know what I'm saying? Watching exactly how we move. Oh, that's how they got them angles. They went to that location, and they figure it out, and they do what you do and amplify it and magnify who they are and synthesize everything that you done did and all their other heroes and peers and did. Make something beautiful. So I wouldn't be who I am as far as soul. I was Khalil Solomon back then. I'm gonna bring that moniker probably back then.
Oh wow, we talking about.
I got that.
It way back.
I got your records. You know what I'm saying? We're releasing all that too. So it's like me and Wally been planning that up for like 2 years. The only reason why it's been like backtracked a little bit, like giving that up, like because we want to go around for the anniversary time period for one, and then for two, we just working on so much with the net right now, and we'll rather make the money that we can touch right now rather than feed the fan base at like. We're so blessed to have what we have now, but if we can continue to grow for a couple, it's just like stocks. Just keep growing, doing what you're doing. Put that growth inside your 15 minutes a day and watch yourself grow. After that, you'll be able to see your stock grow. That's why I say whoever got them CD, I know people that got 3 CDs of Basic Nigga Mentality. It's a Blue Circle CD. You gonna see it sometime. I don't know what year, but my mom seen it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she had me up that night, like late. She's the reason why I'm such a demon at night. You know what I'm saying? Because before school, she had me selling my mixtapes. I wasn't even supposed to be doing that for real. she was teaching me about copyright infringement.
That's fire.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
I love you, mama.
In school, I know I sold candy.
I do it. We did that too. That was elementary. You know what I'm saying? But like by the time
high school, hell yeah.
I was the mixtape man too. I used to download, but I wasn't selling it though. It was for me. I had a CD book.
Type shit.
I'm sorry for all the artists that I've done music. Just put that out there. You know what I'm saying? It's old, statute of limitations.
Type shit, for real.
But so you said something that I wanted to go further on. So a lot of people don't take that acknowledgement that whatever you do, there's somebody watching, right? So some artists on the grind, they don't realize there's people that's watching you that are inspired to do music themselves, and that you're going to play a factor in their life. And we all have those artists. When Wiz was working and grinding and coming up, I had my time period where I was big on Wiz, and you know what I mean? And so you never know what you may take from it and how it may add into your creativity.
You want to know a crazy story that adds to that, that's additive? I'm not gonna say the name because he know who he is when he see this motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Back in the Vine days, I had this one piece of, and he could probably tell me, but I don't know what brand it was. But he seen me open my freezer one day. I don't even think I took that meal out or whatever the case may be. But he seen it. That's all it took. He been eating that for the rest of his life.
Nah. For real?
So imagine what you're saying right now. It really do work. Like anything that you're doing within. That's why I be trying to tell everybody, like, don't make everything about music if you're trying to put some stuff out on like the platforms, because people are always watching, doing what you doing. Like, don't be walking your dog. Nobody want to see that. But like some exterior stuff that you're really into and stuff, and like even down to cook. I like cooking, you know, and that takes an ease of mind and stress levels. And
so
stuff,
you're basically saying like being on more on the personal side. That's one thing I think I definitely would say I should take as far as being my artistry. Right. I'm very closed off and I am too. When it comes to my music, like I present the music and I just eat.
right.
Eat.
Myself personally, I never, well, not to say that I never thought about it like that, but it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, understand that, oh, somebody's watching you when you're, you know, when you're going through everything, because you're too focused on what you may be doing at the time. You know what I'm saying? So hearing that now, it's like, it makes me want to guide my steps a little bit better as to where I'm able to probably set an example for somebody else. You know, it takes time to realize that you actively have that control, you know, of your own life within yourself to say, I'm actively setting an example for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may take away from this and say, I like how he did that, and I think I want to do it that way too. You know what I'm saying? That's really huge. So thank you for definitely sharing that with me, you know, to open my mind a little bit more on how to, you know, maneuver a little better, and, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody is always watching you.
Yep. Yeah. We're in the day and era.
They're not.
Especially now more than ever, because we're in the day and era of social media. So like before, when we was coming up, it was more so just like not as personal social media. Right. You know, it was more of the Facebook and stuff like that. But now you got your Snapchats, your TikToks, you got, you know, you could just post anything
at this
now.
point.
It's not just about words and things of that such. Right. So that's why I say, like, even live, like a lot of people go live, and you got to take in consideration what you're doing on live, because people are watching. You never know. And nowadays, they start recording. As soon as they see you on live, they recording your live, and they're gonna repost it. Or so if it was something that you could pass on, let's say there's an artist, that a soon-to-be artist, and they're watching this, and they're like, man, you know, I aspire to be like these artists, to be able to be on that totem pole. What would be something that you would want them to take from your artistry that to add on that would benefit them going forward?
Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up, and that's a huge one. That's a huge one, because you may not be where you want to be right now, but to somebody else, you're probably the greatest thing walking on the earth. You know what I'm saying? You may, and I'll just use myself for example.
No,
right?
huge testimony.
You know what I'm saying? When I do music, I'm always debating on how this is going to sound, or is it coming in correctly? Is the message relayed the right way?
Be hitting though.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Does it hit the right way? You know what I'm saying? And what am I telling somebody else that's listening to this? You know what I'm saying? What are they actually gathering from this? You know what I'm saying? And when I do music, you know what I'm saying, it's always defeating, because I'm beating myself more than anybody else is beating me. It's only a couple times in life where I've played music for somebody and nobody's actively paid attention. But I pay attention to more of that than I would somebody coming up and telling me, oh shit, like this was hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Only because I don't necessarily get enough of that. You know what I'm saying? So for those that are watching and is listening to me right now and actively want to do music, or they're doing music and they don't know which way to go, don't give up. Don't give up. That's huge, because you never know realistically where that's going to take you. You may not be good right now, but at the end of the year, you could be the most fierest thing walking the planet. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. Consistency is everything.
I think that goes with all spectrums. Even if you're not just doing music, anything that you're doing, you never know. You might be right at that door that's going to change your life. You don't want to turn around right at the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Superman even got a weakness. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. So just because some days you're not up, you know what I mean, you're down. Right. Understand that tomorrow could be an up day.
The tables will always turn. You know what I'm saying? And even if your table is not fully prepared, at least you're sitting at it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you're working on your table too. Right. That's another thing too. Right. It's just anything. If you're doing anything to work towards the bigger picture. Right. You know what I mean? It may not be the biggest thing. Like as far as like an artist, it may not always be doing a song. Sometimes it's just being strategizing like what your next move is, or what's a better way to do something you've already been doing.
Right,
You know what I mean? And that plays a factor because each step you're making it your best step. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
real.
So what you got?
That's real.
I feel like that's definitely step one. You know,
Mhm.
that's the anything that you want to do in this universe. Step 2, listen to yourself always and forever.
Ooh, I was just thinking of that one.
Listen to yourself.
Now I gotta come up with a third one. Put the pressure on me. Both of y'all.
Hey.
Both of the answers I was thinking of.
But that's rules to anything you want to do, bro. Like, especially if you know, bro. I once knew a motherfucker in high school, like, thought about something like he should have really done, but he sells cars now. He listens to a lot of different people. So it's like, and he could have been one of them ones, like just busting out the money for it. He's lived that lifestyle now. That's somebody who he's supposed to be. So it's like, listen to yourself at all times, always and forever. I can ask you something and say, yo, how this sound? You say, bro, that's the most trashy shit in the world. I better go home and tweak on it. Don't drop it.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't be like, I can't do this. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's the part of the don't quit on yourself and stuff like that. But always listen to yourself. You say, nah, this is one of the ones. I just probably got to tweak the formula a little bit and see what another experiment may think about that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, go out there, go seek your advice. But when it comes down to listening to yourself and that gut feeling, when you know to go in that elevator, you know, Square Enix and Disney walked in the elevator to make Kingdom Hearts. That's one of my favorite video games ever.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, that intro hits different.
Imagine if they ain't walk in that elevator, somebody made that decision. That's part of that rule, show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They showed up to whatever meeting they had to go to.
Right.
So, you know.
Show up, but it's up to you to show out.
Yeah, that's
And they
facts.
show they ass.
I like that one too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at all serious, bro, like, always believe in yourself in every fucking move that you make, every step that you see. And you be like, you know what? I could make that mile. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too iffy and like, you know, it's still dark over there. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can't make that stretch. You know, sometimes you're going to have people to
There's
guide
always a
you.
light at the end of the tunnel.
That's
it
fact.
may be, you may be at the beginning and you might not be able to see it because it's still dark. You know what I'm saying? But track through it. Keep going. It may get hard. It is going to get hard. It's always going to be hard. But keep moving because what you're going to see is on the other side of that door, it's way more rewarding and it's going to all make sense for real.
And to be honest, the second off of that, I love y'all so much. And I want to make sure that applies to anybody and everybody that does anything. You don't have to be doing just music. When it comes down to anything you want to do in life, if you want to go be selling yachts, bro, go buy that first one so you can go get about a couple more. People that want to open up a truck business, they buy about a couple of trucks after they open up in their first initial couple months
that
sometimes.
first box truck, and then from there that leads to some
it
more.
just grows from there.
Yeah.
Take the step, jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't necessarily just listen to everybody that seen the process through other people because results may vary. So it's like, you don't know. I'm a monster. I didn't know I was a monster. I just had to put myself in that shoe and be like, you know what? I could do that. Just knowing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Rather than what the next
glad
person.
you said that. I want to piggyback off of that just a little bit. Keep yourself surrounded in that energy because everyday life is just everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get up, go to work. Most of us got kids at this point, you know what I'm saying, in their life, right? You know, you go home, you go to work, you come home, you take care of the kids. You might, you know, do a little something for yourself, and that's the end of the day. Rinse, lather, repeat. You know what I'm saying? So it's always big to keep yourself around like minds. You know what I mean? Because if you're separated from that too long, it'll be real easy to lose it.
Okay,
Right.
so go ahead and start queuing up that second one. So mine, the third one I would say is pretty much a song that I got is "Protect Your Energy." That's like one of the
Definitely. That's a
biggest
big
things
one.
when it comes to going for anything, not even just music.
My head
but
red
like
free, by the way.
when it comes to like that, you got to understand not everybody wants you to win. So they are all willing to listen, and they all will. Oh, okay, yeah. But at the end of the day, they may not be conducive to what you're trying to do.
That's actively a huge lesson I've been learning this year. Learning, you know, who's there to
really
feed
fuel you,
feed you, or they're there to take away. I've run into a lot of people that's like, you know what I'm saying, they'll smile in your face, but really got the knife behind their back. You know what I'm saying?
Or they really tapped in to see you fall.
Right.
Like, they just like, how the music going? They ain't commenting. They ain't share nothing. They not listening. They see your post and they keep scrolling. And when they see, what's good, man? How the music going? And it's like, bro, you not really tapped in. Like, you're like, why you asking that? Like, bro, we could just be friends. Like, we could just talk about other stuff. We don't gotta talk about
we don't even gotta be all of that for real. Because if you're not, you know what I'm saying, it's either all in or nothing. You know what I'm saying? When you coming around me, because I'm such a giver and takers don't have no limit. You know what I'm saying? It's all, you have to be careful who you're allowing around you just in the vicinity, for real, because this is my homie and they playing like my homie. You know what I'm saying? And he may wish the best for me and they may act like they wishing the best for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, you got to be extremely careful on how you're just allowing everybody and anybody around
into
you.
your space.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's
Going back to
important.
protecting your
And
energy.
then on top of that, on top of protecting your energy, the second half of that is protect your time, because what end up happening is you get 24 hours in a day, and when you take out how much time you spend at work, how much time you spend traveling to and from work, how much time you spend on social media,
On sleep,
taking a shower, sleep.
Taking a shit.
Right.
If you
type
just
of
being
shit.
on your health bag, working out, and then you got this little your personal time, you know, to relax and you know, release all the stress that you dealt with for the day.
Right.
You got this much time to actually work on what you're trying to do.
Right.
And if you letting that getting taken up by people that isn't like-minded, like you said, isn't walking the same path as you, and they want you, hey, come out, you know, yo, let's go do this, yo, let's go do that. And you're finding yourself working less and less and less on your goal. Don't be surprised at the end of the year if you didn't get anywhere, because the time that you were supposed to spend working on your craft, you was thinking about doing other stuff with other people that wasn't working towards
That's
your
a
goal.
very valid point, and I've been going through that a lot this year.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah,
You got to be careful. It's so easy to happen. Like, you could be like, yo, today when I get off from work, I'm going to make a song. And then you get off from work, you take your shower, you still got it in your mind, like, yeah, I'm going to do this song. You know, you done ate, you like, all right, after this, I'm going to do this song. You start queuing it up, phone ring.
Now
Yo, what's good, bro?
Hours gone.
Yo, you busy?
Hours
Nah,
gone.
what's good? Oh, man, bro, let me tell you what, just 2-3 hours later, you like, damn, it's 10 o'clock.
That
I got to
goes
go to
back to
work in the
protecting
morning.
your
It could be a
energy
30-minute
huge.
call and still be hours later.
Right.
Like,
They done took all your motivation and hit it. And you stuck with their baggage.
I've grown to a point where I got a time limit on when I'm picking up phone calls. Don't call me after 10 o'clock. 10,
I like
10:30, don't call me after. Because anything in the realm of those hours is nothing but negativity. I promise you. It's either somebody dumping on you, you know, dumping their nonsense on you, or they're doing something that's gonna fuck up that energy as to where you were specifically. Quick story, right? Can't make this shit up. I got a homie. I used to rock with real heavy. Actively started to like her. You know what I'm saying? But I've known her for so long that we just never took it there.
Yeah.
And we have been kind of like on a diss spell. Shout out to her, because I probably ain't never gonna see her again.
Shout out to
and you know what I'm saying? Type shit like that, but whatever. So go through my full day, everything cool. I'm in the kitchen with my sister, and 11:30 she calls my phone. I'm getting ready to go to sleep, and she's calling me with all of this nonsense. So me being the kind of person that I am, because I care about you, I'm gonna sit and listen to you to let you get that off. And she started aiming the gun at me, and I was like, yo.
Oh, like you the problem.
Yeah. So after that, I had developed that rule that, like, after a certain time in the night, if you not blowing up my phone, it can wait till tomorrow. It can definitely wait till tomorrow. Because at that point, I'm getting ready to go to sleep. And whatever you got going on, I'm pretty sure
It can wait.
it can wait.
Yeah, it's not
It
that
can wait.
serious.
I'm not gonna let you mess up my energy. Not to an extent where I'm up for the rest of the night. I'm mad into my next day. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah. So what's the next song you got queued up?
The next record I got is called Elevator Music.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the cue.
One of the toughest fucking records I've ever heard, bro.
Hey, let's get it.
Yeah.
Is this one out or no?
All unreleased music. I wanted to make sure I bless my fans, you know, with this whole episode.
Okay.
This whole episode.
Let's get it.
They say my city ain't been the same since I done left and they can't get me back. So much fucking get back in my bones. I know my finger tied. Looking at them tridents in the sky. All them fingers tied. Niggas working shifts. I'm talking graveyard when niggas die. Niggas said they did something solely meant them niggas lie. Oatmeal dancing off his bitch. But that nigga pop. Americano where that nigga went. She
Yo,
ain't
sound
hella
is different,
We don't
my
talk
guy.
the feds and they made the guns. I hate the blood. pushing out their campaign, niggas made to run. Numbers don't lie, cause bitch, I ain't the one, that's ain't the one. Fell in love with bitches, love to say they tongue and made to come. Niggas out here scoring by them bodies and you getting nut. I know niggas mad, put on that cape and I get super bad. Nigga, I blame Wicked for these thoughts, for when I get them legs. Yeah. Put his mama through it. When them doors open. Elevator music.
I like this one.
Nah, this is definitely tough.
Niggas ducking shots. Fuck you saying now? Niggas down and out. They got nothing to lose, they never losing. I got sick of bitches out here choosing. Don't do no delusion. I got movements. Niggas want the motion, they can't motion this. I seen bodies dropping like it's flies.
This on the same project as the first one?
I know niggas know that ain't no
No,
fly,
two
separate ones.
This one's gonna be on leading till February, most likely.
Tell them niggas get back, come
Most
on,
likely,
meet 'em
most
on
likely.
the scorching level. Tell that nigga, put your fucking hand down, I don't wanna settle. And one, we just up the score and we don't need a medal.
I like this.
I know niggas
Nah, this shit definitely tough.
I know this go crazy in the car.
Oh, yeah.
I know this go crazy in the car. I'm a car person.
Yeah.
I record a song, I be like, yo, the real test is when I get in the car.
Right.
Yeah. He can blast it all he want in the stew. I'm like, when I get in the car, I'll know
We'll
how
see.
I really feel.
We'll see. This don't got me doing 80.
This ain't no delay. I got no traffic witness. I know sex sells, but I got drugs, niggas trafficking, extravagant. I got bags to get them niggas mad at this. Boy, I'm mad at me. They can't add me in, they can't count me out. Ain't no ass to kiss when I got bags to get. Ask them niggas, stayed up out the way when I went pacifist, but pass the stick. I got niggas notice, I got bases loaded, niggas superstar. Ain't no back and forth, well, fuck niggas, nigga, I'm super. I know niggas mad, put on that cape and I get super bad. Nigga, I blame Wicked for these thoughts, for when I get them lags. Yeah. Put his mama through it. When them doors open. Elevator music.
This is so fucking tough, bro. This
This
shit
is
crazy.
hard. Thank you for blessing us on the Artist to Artist. Brought to you by the AV Club.
Got nothing to lose, they never losing. I got sick of bitches out here choosing. Don't do no delusion. I got movements, niggas want the motion, they can't motion this. I seen bodies dropping like it's flies and that shit motionless. I know niggas know that ain't gon' fly, cause I got more to get.
That shit. Oh my god. That shit is way too tough.
Thank you for blessing the Artist to Artist at the AV
Indeed.
Club with that record right there, man.
Definitely.
You
Shout out
2 for
Nitros.
2 right now,
Yeah.
man. You 2 for 2.
Yo,
We got one more before we close out. But on the last topic I wanted to touch base on, so we seen recently with the Kodak and the Tekashi 6ix9ine and the backlash that Kodak has gotten for doing a song with 6ix9ine, right?
Hell yeah.
And we got a lot going on in music. There's a lot of people that's getting locked up, a lot of things going on. Even when you think about the Gunna and Thug situation, you know what I mean? There's so much going on. So I wanted to touch base on, like, as far as, like, with the morals, like, as artists, because I know people took flack at Kodak with the song, and which I heard the song. And when I heard his,
How'd it sound?
so Kodak, basically, the whole verse was just about how he just doing a song.
Right.
It wasn't even like it was a Kodak verse. It was like, yo, I just got $1 million for this. You know what I mean? This was the easiest $1 million I ever made.
Type shit.
It was even a line that they had him take out, which is, I even got a rat
Giving me the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's lines like that, and it's crazy because I talked to my boy, Bino, shout out to him. I talked to him, and I was like, before I even heard the song, I just knew it was coming out. I was like, the crazy part is I wouldn't be surprised if Kodak just literally just talking on the song. Like, it's not even like a Kodak real verse. It's like, yo, I couldn't let this $1 million.
Type
Yo,
shit.
yeah,
And that
go.
was the standpoint that I was really taking it on. Because when I saw the number, I was like, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because why else would you do that? $1 million is $1 million. I don't give a fuck who give it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Morally, on the standpoint of why would you do that with him, it's hard to say because it's a paywall behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're taxing the fuck out of him for this
Oh yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah.
what he did.
They're like, yo, this is what it's gonna cost for us to do this
Right.
based off of what you represent right now.
Natural selection.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
literal natural selection to me.
So I seen that Boozy had an issue with it, and he was saying, like, moral wise, like, even $1 million, like, it's all about morals. So I wanted to know, as like artists, is it a situation where morally you would find yourself having a hard time doing a song with someone. Not necessarily saying snitching, but it could be just from their standpoint and views on different things, on politics, on life. Maybe the style of music. Maybe they're all pop type artists. You know what I mean? Or you know. So like, is there any do morals play a role in doing features?
So yes, morals do play a huge part. Do play a huge part in features, specifically because there has to be some kind of chemistry between two artists enough to say, yeah, we're gonna come together and we're gonna make this sound right. You know what I'm saying? Now, that specific situation personally is that's a paywall. But when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, if I'm gonna pay for a feature, you know what I'm saying, industry features are crazy. You know, $250,000 here, $500K there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not paying necessarily, in my mind, I'm not paying for the verse itself. I'm paying for the connection. You know what I'm saying? And if your morals don't align with mine, then I'm not going to do that. That's just the end of it. You know what I'm saying? You could be whoever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality never plays a part. I'm never going to bias anybody about that.
Yeah.
That's who they are. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to actual morals, what you stand on and what you won't, you know what I'm saying? If those don't align with me, I can't do it.
Okay, I respect that.
I ain't gonna lie, the morals is big on me. Me personally, I don't watch the black man escape and go to Africa over 50 million. I'm all right on that one. That 1 million ain't gonna do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just knowing how life works as well too. Like, I can miss that one underneath the radar. Just off of the moral. If I know I have a bad product, we tried this on chimpanzees and stuff like that in the UK. And it came back to America, and a lot of people's lips are getting like swollen up. Do I still sell it?
Fuck no.
No. Yeah.
So that's me. I don't have too much principles in the street code, any credit. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't exist for real.
Yeah.
But I do have people around me that it exists for.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Out of all seriousness, I can't condone like even the slight snitching that they trying to do for Gunna. Like I just can't put that dollar in your pocket, brother. Like it's just
respectfully though.
Like so I was like, when people ask like, oh, have you heard the Gunna album? See what he's talking about. I don't want to hear a word what he's saying. Like he's out. You know, he's doing what he needs to do. Like and he's making money off of whoever wants to lead to the antics. But
can I ask y'all a specific question? Really, like trying to understand why he's still active. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean, like musically?
Yeah, like.
Oh, why he's having success?
Right. It's
I
so
got an answer
easy
for that. I got an answer for that. I'll
for
tell
like,
you why.
And I definitely want to hear that. But it's weird because the way music used to be handled, motherfuckers like that would have been blacklisted a long time ago.
That's facts.
Done. Him, you know what I'm saying? Gunna, 6ix9ine, you know what I'm saying? Other people like them would have been blacklisted. Their music careers would have been over. But there are still, like, they still have fans. Like, I don't give a damn what he did. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do it to me. So, yeah, I'm going to still listen to him. I'm going to still bump his music. And he's still actively, like,
I personally feel like the reason at first I didn't see how he was gonna have success because of the decision he made, because the person he made it against, and how it looked and presented. Because if it was a situation where we didn't get that video clip, it would come off different. Right. And the reason I say that is because even when it came out, I had people telling me like, "Yo, no, Thug probably told him to do that." Like there was people making excuses.
I was wondering
for that
like,
happening.
Is he wrong for doing what he's doing?
So
like,
when the video came out, it became a situation where you can't sugarcoat this. This is plain Jane what it is. This is what he's saying. He said this line. This goes against what his case is. Right. And this is making it where this is exactly what it is. Right. So everybody was like, well, let's wait for Thug to say something. And it's like Thug came out with the album and said it's exactly what it is. But the reason why I think he's having success is because music has changed and the audience has changed. Music originally started street. There was a lot of street guys that was doing music. Right. And the audience came from the streets, and it was, you know, real gritty culture. And it actually had a party vibe when it first started, but 90s went street. We could say that. 90s, DMX, Ja Rule. You know, Jay-Z was more about, you know, dope dealing and coming up through poverty. Right. You know what I mean? Tupac, Biggie, those type of vibes and eras. So we still think of music as that golden era of morals, and you have to be like this to be a rapper. Right. But now we are in the internet era of music, which now broaden the horizon to not just different kind of artists, but different kind of consumers.
That's true.
There's a lot of people that has never been in the streets.
That's
that has
true.
never lived street life. There's a lot of artists that has never been in the streets and lived street
That's
life,
true.
right? So in the situation, does it look bad? Yeah. I mean, he told on. It looks like he told on his friends, right?
He
like
told on his
everybody
general.
that he was around. Now, do we know him? No, we don't know if he's a street guy.
Right.
He could probably never sold drugs or did anything in his life, and he just so happened to be in cahoots with guys that do. We
Right.
all
You
grow
around
up.
that shit, you
You
for that,
around
though.
it.
Right.
If you round it, you for that. That's how I look at it.
I mean, but
That's
at the
true.
same
That's-
time,
that's
you
really
got
the
people
case.
that's from the streets, that's from the blocks, and you got people that just live on the block. You get what I'm saying? They go outside. So who their friends? The ones that's on the corner, the ones that's doing this and doing
Right.
that.
And
But
look what
does
that
that
got his
mean?
ass.
But does that mean
That they're doing
he's
it?
subject to it? No,
No.
These are just his friends. You get what I'm saying? Growing up, I had plenty of friends that did drugs and sold drugs, but through middle school and high school, I never did drugs.
Well, I'm glad we having this conversation because this is something that the kids just need to see. And I
Yeah.
was having this conversation with my wife the other night, and it's a huge difference. Like, I'm all right with Gunna doing what he's gonna do or whatever that person gonna do, and it doesn't stop the business or whatever the case may be. But there's a difference between snitching and telling. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if you snitch, nigga, like I'm good off of that because
Right.
like you roll with the job, everything, and you got
whole
caught.
nine.
You was in the
Right.
car.
And
You
you
was part of
seen
the
it.
mission.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But if you seen this shit go down and you seen the car make a left and that's all you seen or something, or like you just want to help the community, like that's a two different person. The get back is different, you know. That
Yeah.
depends on what type of demon you dealing with. You
Yeah.
know, somebody get out of jail and they know whatever. Like say somebody just living on the block and they know who you are and what house that was. They depending on what the demon you put up and how soon they get out, you might be gone. It don't.
Type shit.
That's just the way it is. So that's why it's like I feel like the youth need to hear this, like
But
instead of just watching this shit go down as if it's like the Truman Show or something. Like watching when he wake up to brush his teeth.
I think that also goes back to who you surround yourself around and who you're in protecting
Yeah.
your energy, because they say birds of a feather flock together.
That's
right.
true.
So you may be in the streets, you know what I'm saying, be full-fledged into it, and I may not have ever done anything a day in my life, but because I'm around you, when you see us, because of what you know he do, you expect me to do the same thing.
Like
Yeah.
hoes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
See a whole bop and you
It's-
think she do it too.
it's literally, you know what I'm saying, you putting yourself in that situation. In my eyes, you do have to ride that one out. You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad it get, because you put yourself in that situation, you knew exactly what the fuck you were getting into. So for you to, like you said, you saved yourself. And while a lot of motherfuckers can understand that, I don't know if a lot of motherfuckers can respect that because you put yourself in that situation like that, and you knew what it could end up to. You knew motherfuckers was doing what the fuck they were doing when you was around it.
Yeah.
So for you to say you jumped up on the stand and you was like, oh, this is exactly what this is, and you walked away clear and now you're flourishing, it's like, how the fuck are you doing that?
I would say, just for a closeout statement on that topic, I would say that birds of feathers do flock together, but there are circumstances where there are people that in the group that don't necessarily do what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Even in the movie Boys in the Hood, Ricky got out the car. He wasn't, and these are dudes he grew up with since kids, but he was in the hood. Like, he don't get to choose where he lived.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's his
That's a great
circumstances, and because of his circumstances, those were his friends.
But I also do want to point that out too. It wasn't Ricky, it was Trey.
Trey, that's what it is. Yeah, Trey was the
Trey
one,
got out
yeah.
the car. But if you look at the situation and the way people would necessarily view it,
Okay.
if he did not get out the car in time, and let's say they got pulled or something, guns in the car, everybody got ill intentions, everybody's going to fucking jail.
Yeah, that's just facts and how it goes down. But see, what I would say in situations like that, I would say this is going out to anybody, whether you're an artist or just any regular person. If you're in a situation where you know your friends get down like that, take yourself out of those circumstances when it's going down.
If
You
you're
could
not
chill with
about
them.
it.
You could chill with them, but understand what that comes with. Understand that you may be a person that's getting caught in the crossfire. Like my boy Soul said, you know what I mean? But this ain't got no name, and it's a shame that he got
Sure
intercepted.
don't.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes
I
that
like
happens. Sometimes you gotta take yourself out of that situation. You know, you see him, you pound him. Yo, what's good, bro? You know they
Keep
finna
it
go do
moving.
something. All right, I'll mess with y'all boys later and just keep it moving.
Type shit.
You know what I mean? So,
Right, doing.
but you know, it was a pleasure having y'all coming on this show.
Thank you for having us, man.
Oh,
Me
man,
personally,
anytime, man.
thank you.
I
Definitely.
appreciate you coming through, Ghost. I appreciate you coming through, Soul. Thank you
Always and
again,
forever.
bringing them 2 bangers.
Always
And a
and
great
forever.
conversation. I feel like this was amazing and a great way to kick off season 2.
Definitely.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the Artist to Artist
Definitely.
YouTube channel, and also subscribe to the AV Club. They're the ones that sponsor us here.